That is what it's about. Okay, so we will be starting very soon with Kindev versus Zarich. So this is going to be an interesting one. Kindev has had quite a clean demonstration today, I think, overall. This is the first time I've personally seen him play, and again, impressed. But we know that Kindev has been around in the FGC for a very long time. Seemingly plays anything with an air dash, and is clearly very competent at the game. And Zarich, a bit of a newer player in terms of Dragon Ball fighters per se, but I know he does play other games also, so he's been around in the FGC for a little while. But this is going to be an interesting clash for sure, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think Zarich is one of the favorites for Europe to be able to get far today. So I think a lot of Europe is really pulling for him to get past Kindev right now. But we know that Kindev has been playing well, and this is going to be tough for sure.
And it's fundamentals through and through. That's one thing a lot of our Japanese players always have, is just rock solid fighting game fundamentals.
All right, so here we go. Top 32 for Dragon Ball FighterZ versus Fighting 2018. The first European stop on the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour. We are ready to go with Zarich from Germany versus Kindev of Japan.
And we're at that point. There is a disappointing lack of crowd involvement from Cell.
The crowd has seen like 20 Cell players today, and this has been the case. Okay, 2 people. I heard 2 people.
All right, I heard 2 people. Right, we're going to go for 4 people next time. That's going to be my goal.
4 people is the goal next time.
Right, yeah, that'll be the mission. However, 2 Cells up front. I mean, you guys have seen this episode before, and for good reason. This character is so dangerous with good assists. And now here we go. Zarich, really famous for that blue Vegeta. And now, opening up, Kindev. Huge damage incoming. And now, what's the situation? Pressure. Gotenks, watch your feet, mate! There's the low. And now Zarich is going to get the first character killed on the board.
But that's why I think this is such a complete team from Zarich, because both Cell and Vegeta Blue both get insane amounts of mix-up potential from the Gotenks assist. It really is such a well-constructed team for what it is.
There's the pressure. Oh, wow, almost like a delay, expecting a button.
Of course, please ignore the overlay. It is, in fact, Zarich versus Kindev. It is not SonicFox versus RMZ.
Maybe later.
I mean, of course, absolutely, 100% later.
Sorry, guys, we gave you a result too early. Never mind, forget it.
Zarich has just been absolutely just playing a one-player game so far. There's that delayed assist call. There's guard cancel, gets him through, spends the bar. Of course, the scaling on this is heavy, but it is going to be doing a nice repositioning, if anything.
Oh, no!
Oh, he dropped it!
I just feel like when I see the sparking, I should be quiet. Because I don't want to like distract him, because he drops it a lot.
Well, but that is going to be Kindev given a chance at survival, but this is a good opportunity for Zarich to keep it going. He may have run out of sparking, but every single second he can spend attacking Kindev with Kindev's sparking has been completely ran out of time.
Well, if they can at least trade a sparking for sparking, it's going to be in Zarich's favor purely because of the character advantage.
Oh, good attempt from Kindev, but Zarich out of range. Barbecue assist comes in, Vegeta Blue comes flying in.
A jump-in tag, a very common answer to that mix-up right there. Blue, you gotta watch out. Gets clipped, but minimal damage. There's only going to be a super dash. Alright, yeah, stuck there blocking. Tried to go for an option, and it just wasn't the right one. They're just in a good position right now.
But the thing is, because Zarich drops that TOD attempt, like, that's what happens. When you have 3 characters and you pop sparking because you're trying to go for that touch of death, that one-hit kill potential, 100% combo, and you drop the combo, you've literally thrown your sparking away for completely no reason, or not even no reason, for nothing, for no game. It's just gone. And unfortunately for Zarich, if Kindev was able to take out one of his characters, this game is dead even again.
Backdash is the plus frames. Good tool. Cell with a really, really good backdash. And now he's picked him up again. Level 1 to another level 1. Here comes the ghosts. And there it is. Okay, 1 more character left to go, and Zarich's going to be 1 game up in this bracket right here.
Oh, neither player have any bars to work with, so it's going to be pretty honest for the first time. Obviously, Zarich does have that massive advantage in the fact that he's got 3 characters. Kindev shouts out. More damage coming through, corner carry, for sure. 2 bars, kind of imagine he's going to spend 1 here yet. Trying to go with the reset, which he almost gets. Very nearly had the opportunity.
Ah, there is the reflect, the knowledge, the matchup. And that's going to be a clean punish. Zarich has 2 bars, he can get a good position here. And here we go, what's next? Yeah, we finish it, and there's the reset attempt. Wonderful tech, really sick tech from Kindev, but I wonder if it's enough. He is so nearly dead here. What?
Yep, there's the disrespect from Zarich. I think, of course, when you've got that much character's advantage, you can afford to be a little bit like that. You know, if your opponent has plus frames, try and press buttons out of it. But it does mean a level 3 coming down. Zarich Cell is still alive. Kindev did have to spend all of his resources for that. And he still keeps Cell alive.
That's not good news for Kindev, unfortunately, because that's just going to allow Cell to regen all that blue life back.
I mean, he's trying to open him up, but no, not meant to be. Zarich. We've actually seen that a lot from Zarich over the last number of tournaments he's been at. He is willing to just block and just sit there and wait for any moment where he's gone back to neutral. And if you're against a single character, you're going to have your moment. Like, Kid Buu is going to keep you blocking forever by himself with no bar.
Oh! Snap right there. There we go. Mix up. Watch out. There's so many ways that mix up can go. It really is one of the best in the game.
Tag at the end of that. Rolling attacks, we get the same setup.
Gets clipped, but no confirm. I think Kindev really believed that was going to work. Not ready for the follow-up.
He's been coming in early this time. Didn't see him until quite a ways into the last game. I think Zarich wants to get Cell out of it.
Okay.
And here we go, Kindev.
Okay.
Kindev knows a thing or two about these TODs. No, but he drops it as well!
Are we just bad luck for these guys?
I think we might be, like a bad luck charm.
All I can really say is I'm really sorry, but I'm also not.
I mean, but the problem is, and obviously, no, it's good for Kindev, he was able to still salvage it. He still kept his sparking for a little bit, so he's still able to get the damage in the end. But it really is such a disaster when you drop your touch of death, because you're throwing sparking away, and it's such a useful mechanic, like a crucial mechanic.
Well, that said, even though we saw a drop come through, he hasn't really been punished for it.
I mean,
he's lost resources.
This has been a complete turnaround from the last game. Kindev has just been completely on top of things this entire time. Oh, there we go, the empty jump into the low. There's that assist again from Kid Buu. The lockdown is just absolutely bonkers.
And the assist just in case. Trying to stay a little bit safer. So a solo Gotenks comeback, it's happened, but it's difficult to achieve.
I mean, that's why I don't want to call him out completely, because there's a chance it can happen. Zarich is a good player, he's playing Gotenks for a while.
All right,
wake up sparking.
I mean, he had no choice. He really couldn't risk getting caught there. Going in for the Beyblade, just in case. Safe distance always. And Kindev very content just holding up, but there's the whiff punish. One too many ground punches, and they're gonna punish a little bit for this. Oh no! Drops the combo.
Yeah, for Zarich. When you're in this potential situation that you need to make a comeback, and you need to make a comeback quickly before to drop combos like that.
Okay.
Level 3 coming through.
So, yeah, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage as level 3, but it does give him a good position. Unfortunately for Zarich, there's so much health left to go. There's a mountain, and there we go. Another pickup, but again, he had a lot of meter that had been spent to even be in this situation. And there's level 1. Can't layer it on top of himself. Has to just go for pressure instead. And the patience! What a read!
Okay, so we said this comeback was possible. That's 1/3 of the work done. Bardock coming in, but won't have to worry about Kid Buu assist anymore. That Kid Buu assist has been doing absolute work for Kindev and is now completely off the cards.
And another good thing for Zarich is that he took very minimal damage to get that first character. So if we can get Kindev's Bardock again without taking any damage, then this is going to become a pretty substantial 1v1. Unfortunately, he did drop that combo at the end there, so leaving it on the table. As the bar, though, so we can still kill on one hit here. Oh my god.
Careful. There it is, the tag. Okay, air to air from Zarich. He's ready to confirm, bringing in Bardock. Wants to get rid of him. Wants to get rid of him now. Do a super. Oh, the cross under attempt.
That was a hard read.
I think he was attempted maybe a level 1.
Either a level 1 or a double jump or something like that. Something that would have been caught by it. But he made a bad call, and now he's in big trouble because he did get a hard knockdown, and you've just got to make sure you block this properly.
Okay, Zarich on the floor.
Oh no!
Yeah, jump low, that's probably be enough damage. He's going to build the second bar for sure. This is Bardock, this is going to be quite a tidy amount of damage. That's going to be, yeah, 100%, that is a dead character, for sure.
Give us that Riot Javelin, and that's going to be a 1-1.
Okay, well, Zarich was in the process of making a comeback, but wasn't meant to be, as Kindev was able to stop that dead in its tracks. But a lot of that came with how the match started. Kindev got the first opportunity, attempted a touch of death, ended up turning it into a reset and still killed the character really early.
It was actually kind of almost like a mirror effect of what happened in game number 1.
Oh, see Kindev flinging around with perfect attacks. You know, there's one thing he's looking for, the trade. Oh, there's an opportunity for Zarich, and he will get the crossover.
Caught one of those sort of like wayward lights, and I don't feel like he fully believed in it, even though it worked out. But fortunately, he was able to kind of pick up the pieces and get it again. And again, seeing the tag, reacting with jab, using the active frames to just shut down any advance.
But for the first time today, he's hit the jab and not followed up. I wonder if now we're seeing signs of not a huge amount of confidence in them, but there's the bait. Zarich is still playing sound. He's still baiting the right things. Devu providing exactly what Zarich needed.
Okay. The sparking has been used to gain as much meter as possible, because now we can do level 1 into no doubt another level 1. And here it comes. Kindev loses his first character very, very quickly, and Zarich working on a perfect.
I love that sparking activation as well, because he used it quite late into the combo, so not only did it built in some bar, he now has the sparking benefits for a few seconds. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get anything off of them, but did attempt an empty vanish, but didn't get too much from it. But was still able to take a massive lead and take the first character now, but Kindev trying to get some opportunities here. There's the reflect into a clean punish. Zarich now in trouble, because he's going to be on the floor now. Is still 3 spent or not? No, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, we just want Oki. Doesn't pick up. Almost like Kindev was ready to pick up, but just didn't believe in it. Okay, yeah, there's the tag. Wonderful vanish. It did cost him his only bar, but he's out of it. Mix up. Wonderful block.
Well trained the patience.
More blocks needed.
Triple overhead. He got the third opportunity, but Zarich manages to find the way through. Spends the bar on the heavy version, the perfect attack. So that's going to be a lot of damage coming through. No bar spent here though. Oh, the wake up!
Oh my god, they both go in for a super dash, but Zarich does his a little bit too late and just gets clipped by itself.
Go, go!
Yeah, we don't see the immediate.
Oh, the vanish for the vanish! Devu always flew straight over his head.
Oh, the reaction!
The 2H! Zarich 100% still ready and waiting. He has the donut, there's the combo. And a level 3 final flash, Kindev on the floor. And his sparking blast has run out. Kindev has to be careful, gets tagged, knee to the face. Vegeta Blue doing some serious work. This is going to be enough damage for sure. And the energy field from Cell, Zarich is completely in control.
Zarich making the choice to make sure we have this 1v1 with Cell versus Kid Buu. We want this dominant neutral. We want the 2 assists and the damage on top of it. Can he pull this one off and move on in the bracket? That's what I wonder.
Oh, it's going to be harder and harder every time he takes damage here, and there's going to be an extension on the assist from Vegeta. Rolling attack, 1 bar spent. Kindev will be so close, but alive.
Wait a minute. Happy birthday. All right, we got a little bit of damage. That's so much work needs doing, but if he pulls this one off, this is a real master comeback right here.
Okay, so Cell's going to take 1 more mix-up. Gotenks is 1 combo. Vegeta Blue's about 2 or 3 combos, so maybe. But Kindev, he cannot take a speck of damage in the process.
Watch out!
But he will, as Zarich just flings himself across the screen, grabbing Kindev and taking the series 2-1. A perfect way to stop our top 32.
It's always quite fitting, actually, when it's Vegeta Blue that did that as well, of all the characters. Because that's really the character that Zarich is kind of like known for.
It's so aggressive.
Savage.
It is indeed. But Zarich, of course, is going to be happy with that one. Moving forward through winner's side of top 32. Doing well for Europe, keeping the dream alive, as we do still have a lot of Europeans still in this bracket. But I do believe our next game is going to be another one that is, for a lot of the European players, pretty much a bit of a dream game. We have RMZ from the UK versus none other than Echo Fox's own SonicFox, which is something we have never seen before. We have never had the opportunity to watch these guys play until today.
And I think that's for good reason. You know, Fox, he's been in Europe a little bit over the past couple of years for various games, but this is the first time in a while I believe Fox has been on UK soil. And here for Dragon Ball, we know it's quite a fitting situation to be in, because Fox really is within that like top 3 Dragon Ball player limit.
He is one of the best players on the planet for Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think the results speak for themselves, the consistency speaks for itself. But on the flip side, RMZ is definitely one of the wonders of the UK right now in terms of Dragon Ball. I think he's really dedicated, he's successful, and of course he plays Hit. So he plays the character that SonicFox used to play. So it's almost Hit's revenge. It's like
it feels
RMZ
poetic.
is now his new best friend.
It's poetic in a way. When SonicFox abandoned him, he's like, man, I need friends. And then RMZ goes, come to me.
I do wonder, however, what team SonicFox is going to be playing. So for those of you watching that might be new to the stream right now and weren't watching Paul play earlier on, I do appreciate that. Was obviously, at this point, about 6-7 hours ago, so it's probably a bit of a long day. SonicFox was in the first pool of the day, and he breezed his way through his pool with Fused Zamasu as the main factor of a team. It was Bardock, Fused Zamasu, and Android 16, of course. Escaped me for a moment there. But
it's because sometimes he's used 16 and sometimes he doesn't. Yeah. It's like, does he use it again? Oh yeah.
Fused Zamasu really is the star of that team. It's the talk of the town, and he is going to be playing it. That is what we want. So this is going to be RMZ of the UK coming up against SonicFox of North America.
He has gone for somewhat of a change though. It's not 16, it's Cell. He's gone for somewhat of a character switch. So we're going to see if this works out. RMZ, you know he's going to have the backing of the crowd. And this is actually one of the things that I think a lot of American players aren't used to, especially with the Dragon Ball tournament. But right now, it really is RMZ who is the hometown hero here. But unfortunately, Fox immediately lands the first hit.
Again, it is with Bardock, so this could turn into a disastrous situation for RMZ. He does not find a way out quickly, but he will get crossed up by that jumping H.
And this is a bad start for RMZ, unfortunately. That combo drop does mean that Fox kind of gets somewhat of room to play with. And there's the pressure, laying it on thick with that Cell assist. Laying it on even thicker with the Zamasu assist.
That's what happens, right? RMZ was sitting still a bit too long, and SonicFox, he smells blood, he's going in, and that is already a dead character. That's a Dog Gohan as well.
Now, it's going to be Hit versus Bardock. I definitely favor Bardock on the ground, even though Hit is a grounded character.
Again, repeat of the situation, level 3, wasting no time, and still has plenty of meter reserves where that came from.
That's the thing. With the second you're aggressive and your rushdown doesn't cost you anything and you can kill without it, the second the other characters come in, you've got pretty much a full tank to work with. No, yeah, we're just going to wait out the sparking. Let RMZ use it. Why not? We reflect, and the... Oh, just... Wow. The speed of that straight punch is insane. Here comes the mix-ups. Fox keeping RMZ blocking that sparking, only serving a purpose to keep Hit alive.
SonicFox's defense has been incredible so far, and there was no way RMZ was expecting that. Just by itself hit, and SonicFox finds another opportunity here. Watching further up, it's going to be a sliding knockdown into another level 3. Now he doesn't have sparking anymore, so this is going to have to be just a hard read on RMZ's part for sure.
What's the mix-up? Oh, just a raw Dragon Rush, because there are so many ways Bardock can open you up right there. If you're going to sit there and block to try and take one of them, here's a grab.
Well, things are definitely not going well for RMZ so far. He does have Cell in 6 bars, but a lack of sparking means that comeback potential is going to be a lot less likely, and there is the reflect. SonicFox just goes point blank and is making him pay for it dearly.
Loads of bar, just level 3, let's save it. Let's really just save every ounce of the bar. So now if we land a hit after this hard knockdown, we can kill with it because we have sparking.
Especially this team. Oh, that could be an opportunity.
Okay.
I don't even need sparking at this rate, to be completely honest. He has 2 assists, he has 5 bars.
He can kill without it. Knockdown, give us that right javelin. And the level 3 outright. And that's dead. Absolutely, that's dead. And that was one of our quickest games of the day.
And I'll be honest, I'm very surprised. I did not expect that first game to be as one-sided as it was. I think RMZ definitely seems to be off to a bit of a slow start here in this top 32.
Unfortunately, if there's one player you can't have a slow start against, it's going to be SonicFox, because SonicFox plays at a million miles an hour straight off the starting line.
And we're seeing that again. If you find ourselves in a situation, RMZ's back to the wall once more. Oh, another double overhead coming through. SonicFox is just mixing it up for days.
Right, we've seen this one before. We'll see what the setup's going to be. Level 3, why not? We want that hard knockdown. RMZ now. If he gets hit one more time on this Gohan, he's out of there again. Gohan has been unable to do a single thing this entire set. Wake up sparking.
Wake up sparking. RMZ really favors keeping this character alive. And he will do so. But of course, SonicFox is playing runaway. He is 100% content until he reacts to something with Super Dash. And here is Zamasu.
Pressure. Here's the pressure game. I question how much experience against Zamasu RMZ has had. Whoa. That's going to be something. Okay, we finally have a full combo for RMZ. There needs to be plenty more where that came from. He has a hope.
Oh, jumps through, but SonicFox, look at that movement. Completely out of the corner. Okay, there we go. Senko, but he drops the combo for RMZ. I mean, he still has a chance to bring back into this. I kind of feel like it's mainly SonicFox is just playing a lot faster there with Zamasu, but he has brought Bardock back in, and Bardock was the character giving RMZ the most of a headache.
We're going to get a vanish, and he's dead. Absolutely. This is difficult for RMZ. He really has been unable to get anything substantial. He's had no situations to land a full combo, and when he has, it's minimal damage, and he's certainly getting no setup off it.
No, it doesn't seem that way. I see SonicFox really staggering these strings. RMZ is blocking everything he can, but inevitably gets opened up. SonicFox is just completely in the driver's seat.
You want to sell. To be fair, I think if there's one character you want to leave by themselves, it's probably going to be Hit, right?
But no, but that's a really smart tag in from SonicFox completely though, going into that snapback. Just sell. He's a tall character. Bardog gets some real crazy instant jump, instant overhead shenanigans on tall characters in the corner, and Cell is one of them. That immediate recognition. Wow.
With the rolling attack, so you can actually see SonicFox maybe trying to whip punish that one. Goes over the instant jump, but again gets clipped, but nothing substantial, and that really has been the story of RMZ's life. And now, here comes a full combo. He needs this.
This is a lot of damage from Saldo. This is the best opportunity that RMZ's going to get. 4 damage. Level 1. Level 3. Okay, here's an opportunity now. The thing is, if RMZ can actually take out Bardog here, this is going to be even. Even though he hasn't got the sparking, the life will say difference. Level 1.
Uh-oh. Watch out! Oh, jumping over expecting it, and Zamasu just has that base covered.
Here comes the orbs. Reflect, but isn't going to do anything. There's a corner combo. Super dash doesn't connect. Oh, that was an opportunity for RMZ, but wasn't able to take it.
Wonderful block on the low. There's one person going to block a hit low. It's probably going to be SonicFox. And here's the flight. Oh, get back down here, mate.
I didn't get any damage off it, unfortunately.
There's the pressure. Going in for the orbs and then going for a grab is really smart, because you almost expect the second he's got the orbs, he's going to use them, right? Otherwise, why would he have summoned them? And then bam, a grab comes through, and RMZ is in a very terrible situation.
Yeah, it's going to be tough from this point on. There's no two ways about it. SonicFox really just has been a complete dominant force in this game so far. However, RMZ, he does have quite a lot of health left on this cell. At least he did. And here's what he uses SonicFox to get some that serious damage done.
By the time we inevitably see a level 3, which we still have a little bit left to go. Oh, do we even need it? Is he dead? I think he's dead. Oh my word. Who even said anything about a level 3? Fox moving on in hyper-dominant fashion right there.
Okay, well, that is going to be honest, a lot more dominant than I was expecting. I definitely expected it to be a little bit closer, considering I know RMZ was very confident going into that match as well. You know, he's the kind of player that, like, he would never shy away from top competition. He's definitely the kind of player that would see, like, the best players at the tournament he's at and be like, I want them in my path. I want to play against those people. Because he's never really been one to kind of duck away from those opportunities. Because, you know, he's very FGC, you know, through and through, especially in the UK. That being said, getting sent to the losers bracket, so of course we'll be seeing more of him when we make our way down there later on. But of course, SonicFox moving on in the winner's side, looking really strong himself. And we're only 2 matches into our top 32, and we've already seen some really cool stuff.
It's what we expected to see. We're going to be waiting right now to find out what match is up next. I think it's going to be entirely dictated by who just, you know, sits down, right? You know, we'll find out momentarily. But for those that have just joined us, this is our Birmingham stop VSFighting 2018 for the Dragon Ball Fighters World Tour. This is our 2nd Dragon Ball, and we're going to see who's going to take it. You know, well, actually, I think there's so many players here that went to. There are so many players here that went to CEO. Obviously, they're going to be disappointed in their results, and this is pretty much their perfect time to redeem themselves, in effect.
Yeah, I definitely think so. But you know, we can only really wait and see what happens, as I do believe our next player is coming to sit down. Well, Foxy Grandpa, I think it is, but I believe it should be Dogura and. Of course.
I'm not sure who else is sitting down, I'll be honest. We'll just wait and see who sits, but...
Well, it's hard to see the other side.
There's a big... for you guys at home, there's a big pillar right there, and it's really hard to see. You kind of have to, like,
Trust us, there are visual obstacles.
You just have to take our word for it, right? You just have to take our word for it. It's been a long day. But I think so far, I've been very happy with what we've seen so far. The question is always going to be, can the UK bring their A game? Yeah, are they on that level? That's the question.
I think... the 3 UK players, and I'm talking like strictly UK, that I think we'll be looking at the most this time, is obviously RMZ was one of them, who we saw just unfortunately has moved down.
But I wonder if that's foreshadowing. The RMZ has been considered a very strong UK player, but it looked very easy for SonicFox.
Well, now we do have Foxy Grandpa, who I was saying, you know, is one of the, I say, out of the top 3 players from the UK that we're expecting to see do well is going to be Aixi, Foxy Grandpa, and RMZ. RMZ is in losers bracket, but is by no means out of the tournament. I expect we'll see him getting a lot further. Foxy Grandpa is another one who we're now going to be seeing against Souji, who was a very tidy player we saw on the winner's side earlier on that has a real strong Goku, like Super Saiyan Goku, but it's like Super Saiyan Goku on the back of a really strong team. So it's like when it's obviously time to go to Goku, you have that beam, you have those amazing normals, you have the damage output, you have the utility. But he's been playing Goku for a long time, and it's like super optimized Goku. Now, Foxy Grandpa used to play Goku himself, but obviously not anymore, as he has made quite a dramatic change in team over the last month or so, but he has got a lot of experience in.
A lot of people were surprised when Foxy swapped teams. He was obviously known for that really, really strong Frieza. You know, Frieza was kind of like his boy for quite a while, and then he just decided to go for a complete swap, you know, a complete mishmash, and go, let's try and completely reapproach how we play the game. And that's obviously what his new team is entirely built around. Big fan of TN. He really likes TN. He feels like TN is that glove on the extended arm that lets Foxy play the way he wants to play.
Of course, another adult Gohan player. Foxy Grandpa did start off with adult Gohan early on in the game's life, so him going back to him now is not the most surprising thing in the world. Vegeta Vegeta and TN are two relatively new pickups. By saying new, it's already been like over a month. And if you play as much as Foxy does, that's a lot of time. Whereas Souji, we saw before, had a dangerous team. It's that Kid Buu, Cell, and Super Saiyan Goku.
Now Souji, he's going to be playing super careful until he lands that final hit. Now Foxy doesn't quite get the launch, expects him for a grab, but immediately Souji is just going in, and no tech from Foxy to kickstart the set.
Of course, that early Dragon Rush is so impactful.
There's the wake up DP. I'm not even sure anyone was sure what character was in play there. There was so much models on screen. But we're back.
Souji has lost quite a chunk of life, and then so has no Gohan. Super Dash going clean through.
And now Cell versus Vegeta, super common matchup, but just getting hit raw by the overhead.
And there's those loops. So much damage. Ooh! Cell damage, man. That's what it does. Is that going to be a dead Vegeta? I wonder.
I mean, surely we're going to get an extension. Yeah, we're going to get an extension on that. Same we see the early Kid Buu level 1 into a couple of instant level 1s on top of that. You know it's not finished. But here comes TN. Is it going to be enough for TN? That's the thing. So much work needs doing. There, we just get a splat. Here comes the pressure.
Spending his bar on the level up. Really wants the utility.
Oh, I love the perfect timing. That's one thing players are starting to get familiar with now is when they can go for the guard cancel off the adult Gohan pressure. They're really starting to find those magic moments.
Oh no, Foxy misses the knockdown though. Gets another opportunity. Gets knocked down this time. Has the TN. He has the Dodon Ray if he needs it, but the delayed wake up into button. Souji pulling out no stops.
Okay, we go for an extension. We go for another extension. Hurts so good. This could be death again. Level 1, level 1, level 1.
Oh, his team does so much damage. Souji with the optimization. Ready for every touch for maximum damage.
Now, that anchor TN can work well because he loves Sparking Blast, but again, it goes back to the fact that a lot of his moves hurt him. So making a comeback can be very difficult. But I'm not even sure he's going to have a chance for a comeback. You've got this hyper-aggressive Kid Buu. You've got the assists that will be momentarily coming back. Sparking left in the tank as well. This is pretty much Souji's game to win, I think, at this point.
Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Foxy does still have plenty of life. He's got level 3 Sparking. So they wake up again. Oh, wow! Wow! Very interesting exchange there.
Okay, here we go. Level 3. Yes, indeed. 1 bar left. If we open him up afterwards, that's going to be dead. Okay, what's the mix-up?
Sparking to keep TN alive. So this is a dangerous situation to use Sparking, considering... Oh no, he drops the combo.
Right, here comes the pressure. There's that heavy. Instant cross-up. Okay, Foxy. Signs of life a little bit. Level 1. Should be enough to kill. Very high damaging level 1. Obviously, the payout's going to be taking damage on himself, but it is one of the strongest in the game.
Does still have Sparking going there. Kid Buu. Wow. Another guard cancel. I love Souji's timing on that. Just missed the combo. Oh, wow. Walks straight into the super dash with Foxy. There's the down tech.
There was no way Souji could really convert off that. That's the thing. He'd only just built the level 1, so he couldn't have vanished. But not that it's going to be a problem, because that's going to be a very, very confident game number 1.
So Foxy was playing better, I think, the later the game went on. But the big problem was losing Gohan so early on, I think was the biggest problem he had there. Because adult Gohan is actually a big part of how this team works out. And if you do get, I suppose, steamrolled quite early, and you don't really get the chance to get your game going, just like that.
He's really kind of expecting, I think, a higher level of grounded respect from Souji. But he's spending so much of the game kind of like up backing and kind of essentially not being on the ground. I don't think those assists into Dragon Rush are going to work.
Yeah, definitely aren't so far. There's a huge amount of damage coming through, but Cell is going to go straight for Vegeta. Bringing in Gohan. Gohan is already looking quite low.
What's the mix-up? Okay, we block for now, but the beam assist just to make life a little bit more miserable.
Okay, manages to come off a Dodon Ray this time.
Now we power up. We need to power up. We get Vegeta back into the field so we can let Gohan heal as much as he physically can, really. And obviously we're going to now have a powered up Gohan, which is going to be a better result. Wonderful whiff punish. Just running straight underneath that Kamehameha.
It's quite odd how Souji would opt to go for that without something to cover him, though. It's quite uncharacteristic. There it is. Oh, could have vanished off that. I think Foxy really hit confirm the individual key blast. Edge coming through, just keeping Souji at bay, trying to waste that time, and already Sparking is now off the cards.
It served its purpose, though, to keep Cell alive. Souji knows he benefits more from 3 characters than a Sparking Blast. And there's the Dragon Rush again. Foxy not scouting out. Normally quite good at taking those, but again, Souji's having a very hard time.
Get out though, TN comes flying in, Souji ready to get 2H. Over the combo, but doesn't get the wall bounce.
DP just to cover the base. The jump out has been such a consistent answer for the Dragon Rush from Foxy. There's not even needed to be a tech because he's never on the ground. Oh wow, get back down.
TN just slapping down to the ground again, but the guard cancel. Souji's timing on those has been incredible, but the 2H from Foxy Grandpa still ready. But he drops the end, Cell's alive!
That is the worst kind of combo to drop. And now he's been forced onto the back foot for another time. This is so unfortunate. Foxy blocking really well for now. And just a raw 2M? Okay.
Well, wasn't the way I thought the character would go, but I'm sure Foxy will take it.
Slap his shoes. No full combo. Doesn't quite get the full carry of the beam assist.
Now Gohan coming back in quite low, but he is powered up, I believe. Now Souji, he has 2 full health characters. It's going to be tough for Foxy with the Gohan. Oh, but there's the individual key blast. So he was caught out by it. By the way, Souji is just completely up backing up from the situations because Foxy's yet to really chase it down.
Wake up! Button press, that's a hard read and a half.
It did work though.
It did.
So you're just reading that Foxy's pressure just is not the cleanest timing.
And now he's going to get level 3, which is not good because Foxy with no bar. Is it going to force a Sparking? Does he try and risk it? Can he risk even losing TN? He gets opened up, he's going to go down. I don't think he wants to lose the TN this early.
There's a stacker with the jabs. The trade. I love this pressure from Souji, but no, just walks straight into that crouching medium.
Here we go. We take the knockdown. Again, covering it with the assist, which does a little bit of damage, but he's out of there. We're back into the neutral. Like, a conversion. Right, what's next? Oh, what? That was insane. He's making some galactic reads, and they're always working.
That's why it's quite a competition, right? The Dodon Ray, engine to connect from both sides. Oh, it does miss, and there's a clean punish from Souji. Engine to punish the mistake now this time. That's probably a dead Vegeta. Oh no, doesn't spend the bar.
I do wonder what that was about. Oh, it looks to me like he tried to, but not the first time Foxy's gone in for a vanish and left himself completely open because it doesn't even come out on block the wrong height completely.
Well, Vegeta's going to be coming in, but that blue health now has disappeared. So he's still looking in a good shape to take this, but he doesn't have the Sparking.
And again, just expecting a Dragon Rush. He's going for some really sort of strange Dragon Rushes. They don't really look reactionary. I think it's just hard read. I think he's going to grab here, but doesn't seem like the call to make. It's match point for Souji right now. And uh-oh, that's not a good start. That's going to force a risky situation. There's the Sparking.
Plus frames.
Let's go leads in their dash, but the vanish, getting him out of there. Foxy expecting it. Oh my word! Is it enough to kill? Does he spend it on Chaozu? No, he just wants to go for the tri-beam. He wants to keep Chaozu for the pressure. I agree with the decision.
I don't think he wants to fight against Goku without Chaozu. Again, this life, this is TN. He's got the bar, is the biggest thing letting him down, I think. Oh, he missed underneath! Committed to one too many buttons, and there's no way Sparking Regeneration is going to undo this. As the Goku level 3 comes through, I'd be very surprised. Actually, maybe.
It does take a while to charge back up.
Oh, not meant to be. And Souji is going to be advancing over Foxy 2-0 again. So another UK player falls down to the losers bracket, unfortunately. But of course, it is the strong international presence that is making it happen.
It was one of the worst ways, I think, to go down as well, when as TN you kind of expect to get that pressure on deck from the Super Dash. But in that one instance, there was just no way the Heavy was going to land. And the second he landed behind, it was a guaranteed whiff punish because TN just could not recover from that airborne normal.
Well, you know, Souji's seen that once or twice before, right? If he sees that miss, he's going to be able to reaction, punish with his own light attack. And that is going to be that. But, of course, you know, again, Foxy can be moving down towards the losers bracket. And I believe, is it Aixi taking to the stage?
Yes, this next match should be Aixi versus the KillSage.
Okay, so another opportunity for Aixi to really show what he can do. Because I think, you know, we talk all the time about, you know, UK players and UK strength in this game. And looking to see what the UK players could do, right? Looking to see how the UK players fare up against what is some of the top level competition around the world. Because the UK doesn't get the chance to travel too much, so it's nice to see how the UK is kind of faring off right now. Aixi is the strongest player in the UK. He's won the most tournaments, he has the most consistency. There's no two ways about it. You can't argue with his results. So this is going to be an interesting one because he's against the KillSage. And the KillSage is one of those players that has just, you just can't ever count, you can't ever count him out. He is such a consistent player and such a fundamentally sound player in versus games, especially Dragon Ball Fighters. So this is going to be a good match. At least I hope.
I feel like with the KillSage in particular, Dragon Ball Fighters fits him exceptionally well. Because much like SonicFox, you know, Sage kind of relishes those team-based games that are really fast, really furious, and there's so much going on. You know, there are certain games that are super busy. It takes a real kind of player at the highest level to be able to follow the action to a specific degree, you know, that you can basically continue to make really good decisions, maintain really sick reactions. I was talking to Sage earlier, and he kind of mentioned that, you know, the learning process of Dragon Ball Fighters is there is no fighting game out there right now that demands reactions like Dragon Ball does. You know, you have to react to basically every single little thing to shut them down. And if you're not reacting, you're going to lose. You have to react to those vanishes. You have to react to those super dashes. You've got to be ready for those like minuscule little plus frames that if you don't know what they are, you're going to eat a full combo and probably die. You know, so I think understanding that that's how you have to approach the game is why Sage is now one of the strongest players in America for sure.
But I'm curious to see how Aixi is going to be facing off against that kind of style. Because Aixi he's very patient, he's very defensive heavy, but also at the same time has just this mental rushdown game, mainly if he's playing his Goku Blue team. But that's the biggest change, right? There is a different Aixi depending on what team he plays against you. I'm curious as to what he's bringing against the KillSage.
I saw a thumbs up.
Okay,
I think
so
we might even be loading in.
Yeah, so this is going to be Aixi's 18 Vegeta and Super Saiyan Goku team. So no Goku Blue to be seen here. And KillSage with a classic adult Gohan, Gotenks, and Android 16.
Okay, we'll see if he's going to have what it takes. Aixi, one of the best in the UK versus the KillSage, really is that invader. You wonder if he can pull it off. I mean, these guys are top for a reason.
Back dash getting caught by the super dash. KillSage, the rush down going.
Now there's the immediate block on the low, but that's the first of many amazing blocks I think he's going to need. Gets the jump out, but chased down immediately by the 2H.
I love that decision from KillSage as well. Seeing that Aixi managed to find a way out, but he's completely stopped straight away, and this is a disaster for Aixi. Android 18 is such an important part of this team, and has been just instantly dealt with.
I mean, did Aixi even have an opening to pop Sparking to keep her alive? I don't even think KillSage gave him the chance. Oh my word, wonderful catch. Now we'll see what he can get from this. All right, there's the assist.
Okay, now Aixi might be one combo away from completely evening this out, to be honest. Yeah, he's going to go for it, the final flash. He knows it. If he can take out Gotenks here and now, it's evened out. Oh, he tries to bait,
I think he was expecting a Sparking or some sort of like defensive maneuver. Speaking of which, the Vanish scouted, and just like that, we're back to even.
And just like that, that is exactly what we have. They are now back to square, even on meter.
Staggering the lights just a little bit. Speaking of which, there's that low M again.
He tried to delay it.
Delayed it so much he was too far away. We've seen that one before, but what isn't going to be too late is the KillSage's 2M instead. Dunk.
Of course, the 2M being such a heavy opener for combo damage. Sparking. This time, press keep Vegeta alive.
Preemptive, reflect a little bit. Like, there's a full combo. This is 16 we're talking about. One touch can be real curtains for you.
Oh, that super dash. They come through, converting to the double.
I feel like he almost actually tried to chase down the air tech situation, but just was too low down. Level 3, waste a bunch of time, and now give us a hard knockdown.
He got out last time with Sparking. Now he has to make the read. Will not read correctly. KillSage be getting the dunk. This is a very aggressive game.
It is.
It's been going by in a heartbeat.
We're just trading big blows for big blows, and there really is no other way around it. There's the reflect. Give us the plus frames back a little bit. The one thing is, KillSage yet to pop the sparking, and that's going to be a real headache for Aixi. Even if we get this knockdown, it's not going to be enough to kill. Does the KillSage value his 16 more than his level 3 sparking? That's the question. Okay, here we go.
This might be enough. He did get quite a big opener. It'll be close at the very least, if not. But no, it will. Aixi, optimization, he realizes.
Turns out.
The big difference here, though, is Aixi had to use sparking to save Vegeta before, whereas KillSage still has level 3 sparking for Gohan.
And a lot meter, too. Oh, my word. Okay, that's the start. Here comes the pressure. Standalone, but we did see a power-up earlier on.
Oh, he manages to find it, and it's counter. Aixi gets a big opportunity for some damage here. He doesn't have level 3. This is going to be it for him for now.
And yeah, there's the wake-up sparking. No choice. KillSage cannot take these risks. I love the fact we didn't see a 2H, because we know there's a sparking. That would have been an empty vanish. And oh my god, just catching it raw. Instant overhead. This might be enough to kill, because those instant overheads into a low, I mean, it's just, he has all the bar in the world to kill him right here.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way he survives this. That's going to be a clean game for KillSage. And even though it come down to one character versus one character, there was always KillSage that was drawing the first blood, and it was always Aixi having to play catch-up. So KillSage looking good for himself so far.
I think that's that testament, though. If you're having to constantly catch up to the guy that had an amazing start, you're 100% on the back foot the entire time. But I love the KillSage options there. Saving his sparking until it made such a pivotal difference.
The thing is, though, Aixi did lose Android 18 basically instantly, and Android 18 is the star of his team by far. So if Android 18 can survive for longer than a couple of seconds, then we might see a completely different result if Jet can get it going.
Okay.
Aixi is obviously known for this character in the UK community.
We're going to see a knockdown. It's not going to be level 1, level 1, level 1, but we might get 2 of them. Is that enough to kill? It is indeed.
It is, because he used the Goku assist. That's optimization right there. 3-turn of events, almost completely polar opposite fashion.
Oh, the happy birthday! And he confirms. Is this going to kill? No, too far away!
Now, I love the attempt, right? You see you've got the happy birthday, and you go into sparking to keep them both low on health, but he dropped it immediately.
I'm actually really concerned after that. I'm very concerned after that, because now there is no sparking left to use.
Oh, here come the ghost also.
Oh, the patience. Just waiting. Well, we have got 18 back into the fight. This really is one of Aixi's star characters. Didn't get to see it at all in Game 1, but we've seen it put in droves in Game 2. But the lack of sparking, dropping that touch of death on the happy birthday would have just... That's unfortunate. Here comes the pressure.
Oh, wow! And the 2H, Aixi still ready.
Right, we don't spend anything. The absorption.
Very hard to get through. We see him keep the damage here as much as he can. Oh no, he tries to the Dragon Rush, but not quite the right height. Actually through, KillSage trying to fight his way back.
Maybe expecting a charge right there.
Yeah, I actually love the way the KillSage is being hesitant when he approaches now, because he knows that's an option. It's something he has to worry about.
And Aixi, even though it kind of looked like 16 was out in the open, not going to try and challenge it as long as Gotenks had the assist.
Max range on that cross-up. KillSage finds himself an opening. Actually was defending for so long, but now it's going to be dangerous territory. He has to Gotenks.
Level 1, level 3. Here it is.
Okay, now we have to remember, Aixi did unfortunately waste his sparking before. So even though there's going to be 2 characters left apiece. No! Goku's still alive. A slight miscalculation.
Wow! Wake up, super dash into the safe tag. Here comes 18 for another time in the level 3.
Okay, I thought for sure that was going to be a dead Goku. Unfortunately, a slight miscalculation by like a pixel by KillSage, unfortunately, but it has meant that Goku's still alive.
And Aixi really was kind of forced into one of those desperation moves. You know, just he had to go for a big hard play, and he managed to land it. But as the sparking connects, this is only level 2, only 14 seconds, and these combos take a million years.
Oh no, he did drop it, but gets a reset off of it anyway. Unless that was intentional. I think I've seen Aixi do that a couple of times. But generally find it hard to tell what's an Android 18 combo or what's a reset most of the time.
But that's going to be a level 3 regardless. We're going to see another knockdown into another situation which could very well kill this 16.
And it did, at the very least, completely use that spot.
Oh,
time! Into a late Dragon Rush. Aixi finds an opportunity again. KillSage, he does do 16. Of Gotenks, he does have 6 bars. There's 3 characters to deal with. It's going to be tough.
That solo Gotenks come back with lots of pizza, but no, Sparking being a little bit hasty on the super dash and unfortunately falling right into Aixi's hands, and this is going to be a dead character, and this is going to be a 1-1. Aixi versus KillSage, very close indeed, must it?
Well, the UK fighting back, not wanting to all go to losers bracket as soon as top 32 starts, and Aixi carrying that strong right now, but KillSage, we cannot count him out. That first game was absolute curtains for Android 18. Oh, but he manages to find a super dash. Nothing more than that, though. I like the escape from KillSage. Way back.
Taking the block super dash, enforcing his turn. Here comes the 16, but pressing a bit too many buttons. There's the pressure, the reflect into DP. A million years to see that was going to work.
Oh, tries to combo off it, but didn't quite manage to. And there is the 2H from Aixi. Nice opportunity. Obviously, Gohan took very little damage, but he's been getting back in, I believe.
Yeah, we want the Gohan. That's definitely going to be the prize of the minute. All right, we see a knockdown again. Here comes Aixi. Somewhat of a weird combo right there. Definitely drops it. That's unfortunate. But he's going to take the plus range to KillSage. Challenges the +1. Interesting, but there's the DP again.
It worked before, and it's going to work another time. There's Aixi. There's all blue health. He's not so far, and there's the 2H. KillSage ready, going to snap her straight back in, I expect.
Yep, if the KillSage is going to win this, he needs to get 18 out of the fight. Defensive Sparking to keep her alive. Something he wasn't able to do before. Tries to maybe go for a 2H, but gets clipped anyway.
This is coming through, but there we go. The super dash blocked and goes straight into the waiting hands of Vegeta. Level 3. What's the mix-up going to be? It's
going to force the KillSage into a situation where does he now pop his Sparking to try and survive instead, leaving them both with nothing. They're just content taking the block. Really has to be confident, gets hit by it, but the overhead into grab comes through again. Aixi should be able to take this character out.
Needs to be level 1. This is called the Vegeta assist just to make sure. Now Aixi, he is now looking good, taking out the KillSage. But KillSage does still have Sparking. We cannot forget that.
No, we cannot.
A huge part of this match. Jesus, Medicines. I think Aixi was expecting him to come out of there again.
Back to back.
Late, but there's the tech on the Dragon Rush. You've seen that before.
That is a wonderful tech. One of the first times I've seen it. Doesn't believe in the connect. Again, back to back. Could have been 2 combos if he just committed, but a little bit too unaware, I think.
Let's try and keep him at bay here. KillSage preemptively trying to stop him from coming in. Vegeta assist. Oh, and wow. Just that point-blank super dash. Aixi is going to take that. Now he's going to have KillSage in the corner now.
But I mean, the thing is, there's one player that can come back. I think the KillSage is one of the players you can't ever count out. This guy is such a beast.
Oh, and the delayed Dragon Rush. That's going to connect. And that is no doubt going to be a dead Android 18. I don't think there's any reality that he does not spend the bar.
Yeah, it's so important to make sure this character dies. It doesn't mean that we're going to go back into the neutral with Vegeta versus Android 16.
It's a weird situation now. KillSage has Sparking, but Aixi has more health.
Oh, the raw jump in. Here we go. Full combo incoming.
Oh, this is so much damage. We cannot forget Android 16. Look at the big boy damage. Level 3. Now, this is a rough situation for Aixi. If he can get out of this situation, fine. But if not, this is maybe 1 guess away from losing a character. And the patience from KillSage.
Aixi made the call, you know, I'm going to block in front. If he goes for the tag, drops the combo, but ready for the capitalization. The 2H raw into more damage into the exact same situation again. And Goku is, I mean, he did basically nothing apart from be an assist in this game.
Yes, indeed. And that's going to be a full combo. KillSage taking Goku out of the picture. So it's going to be Vegeta by himself now against KillSage. A very weakened adult Gohan, but a full health Android 16. This is going to be an interesting one. See if he can bring this back.
It's going to be an impressive comeback if he pulls it off. Just goes for the raw super dash, and I feel like the KillSage is now completely wise to it. Yeah, we just take the damage. That's what we want. Just cash out some extra. Save the bar for the kill.
It's tough for Aixi. Look at all that damage dealt already by KillSage. And he has so much health to work with. Oh, that's such a good opportunity for KillSage, and there's the tick grab. He has 2 bars. That's probably it. He has Sparking. No, he drops it.
Uh-oh. I mean, you really hope this is not going to be it. Does he go for like a reset attempt there? I'm not even sure what's going on. What is going on? And he gets the cross-up situation. Wonderful answer back into KillSage. He had to work for it, but he takes down Aixi.
He did an incredibly back and forth game there, right until the very end. Aixi, I mean, Aixi showing a lot of, I suppose, amazing reactions early on. As soon as that match started to become more and more of a scramble, it was a case of who could play better in that kind of situation. And I think the KillSage very much had the better clutch factor, I think, the longer that series went on. And it was such a great display of what those teams can do. You know, the first match was Android 18 kind of instantly just disintegrated. And Aixi was basically trading character for character from that point on until inevitably losing.
I think for me, it's a testament as to how important some of those characters can be.
Yeah.
And why we saw Aixi, popping the sparking to keep her alive in future games. That's exactly why. Because without her, the team just doesn't work anywhere near as effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's what happens, right? As an Android 18 player, you have to be ready for that kind of thing. You know, when you can build a team around a character, but you have to be able to play properly without that character. Which is why I'm actually quite happy that that first game still ended up as close as it did. Considering Aixi is kind of known for the Android 18, especially when he plays it on that version of the team. Lost Android 18 instantly, but still brought it down to one character versus one character, right? Which I think is really, really cool to see. But of course, Aixi could be sent down to the losers bracket where I'm sure we'll be seeing him again soon. But we have to continue through our winners side of the top 32 with Dogura versus Peccus.
Now, Dogura is another one of those players that seems to just improve every time we see him play.
Yeah.
So he's kind of one of those real star performers for Dragon Ball FighterZ, especially at this tournament. Again, it's one of those things where if he doesn't get top 8, it's going to be a huge upset because he's just so consistently good, and he continues to improve. That's the big thing about Dogura. So whether that's going to maintain here remains to be seen. I don't see any reason why it couldn't be, but only time will tell. Moments away. We're not too far away from reaching top 8 territory.
Well, I believe he's had quite a recent change actually in terms of characters. I know he's definitely thought about experimenting with a few more around time. Sorry, just really hearing stuff over the PA and I'm finding it quite distracting. But I know that Dogura is one of those players that, again, you can't really count him out. He seems to get better every single event for sure. But I think it's mainly because, again, he's always there. Every top tier event in the world, I've basically seen him somewhere in some degree. It's that consistency. They've obviously got the Cyclops weeklies in Osaka, which I'm sure we always do see him there. So he's always playing, he's always practicing, he's always looking to improve, and I think that really is the essence of what you should do in a newer game. Dragon Ball FighterZ is not an old game, it's been out for about 4 months. And if in that 4 months you can enter tournament after tournament after tournament and constantly look to improve, then you will become an amazing player. Consistency is key, and Dogura is the king of consistency in this game.
Well, speaking of which, we're moments away from finding out who's moving on in this top 32 bracket. It's kind of crazy how the second we hit top 32, the good matches have already begun. Instantly.
Well, that's what you'd expect, right? Pool play was, dare I say, quite predictable in terms of results. But top 32 has just been incredible so far. Obviously, it's from a biased standpoint, it's a shame to see the UK heroes all drop down to losers bracket so early. But that's where the comeback begins, right? No one wins in the movies from winners bracket.
Oh, no. Exactly. This is just the setup.
Do you think Rocky would win from winners bracket?
Maybe in like the 5th movie.
Well, I don't know.
In like the 7 millionth movie, maybe. But I definitely understand what you're talking about.
Thanks for just clarifying that.
You're welcome,
much
bro.
Better.
Either way.
The big thing about Dogura, though, obviously now he has that Goku, which is a scary character in hands of someone that is fundamentally sound. And of course, that is Dogura.
And with some mixed heavy characters, Goku's assist is mighty fine. Okay, here we go. Immediate capitalization. Dogura's going to get knocked down. And now we can see that Kid Buu putting in work. The work we know this character is capable of. Flying back with Peccus. There it is. Catches him. Full combo again in return.
Oh no.
Drops to the end. Ooh, turn around. Very similar mix-ups actually these guys are eating.
Trading blow for blow right now, but Dogura has an opportunity to get something out of this. He does have 3 bars. He's not going to spend anything. Oh wow, what was that?
Looked like a reset attempt. Very much to me, forcing the tag out of Peccus, of which he's going to be more than happy to answer back. Now 16, taking a chunk of damage, and we just get Kid Buu back into the fight. That's the character that we're after, and it's going to be dead instantly.
I love that choice though, Dogura's way of just guaranteeing some pressure on that snap in. He goes for the airborne perfect attack to cover the airspace, and you've got a beam assist on the ground just to cover that too. Really clean, and that's going to catch Peccus from the ground moving, I think.
Okay, knocked down again. Catching the air tech into the double jump right there. Okay. Peccus, I think Dogura is going to be so content just sitting there blocking, because we talked about defense at this high level of play, and Dogura, again, one of the best defenders in the business. And he knows against Bardock, you know, this guy trains against Goichi, you know, one of the absolute greatest Bardocks out there.
But again, see him being careful. They're playing that neutral so slowly, to be honest, with Dogura. So they're not leaving the Peccus. Can't really afford to be too antsy here.
There's the low.
Yep. Only so long you can block into Dogura before eventually you get to eat some damage.
I mean, if you're Kid Buu with amazing assists, it's very scary. And that's exactly why, you know, there's so many of these situations where it's instant overhead, empty jump low. You have just a matter of frames to determine which one it's going to be.
Peccus left down as Android 16 already, just by himself. He does have sparking. Obviously, it's going to be tough. Dogura really has just been in control this entire time. I don't think there's been a point in the match that Peccus has just had space to move. I think he spent like 90% of this game and just back to this exact corner. Oh, dearie me. And there is the sparking blast. Oh, burst again.
Maybe he's dead. Even before we see one bar. I mean, one bar and then 5 left in the tank. That was just, I can kill you. The sparking is going to make sure, whatever. That's game over.
It was just clean. It was nothing spent unnecessarily. It was just clean play from start to finish. And that's what you expect to see from Dogura, especially at this point in the tournament. This is how he got out of pool so convincingly. Oh, tries to combo off the assist, but not too much. Okay, Peccus has an opportunity now.
Now, an opportunity is one thing. I think it's the ability to keep momentum is another. And right now, Dogura has refused to be locked down. Catches the airborne jump, really expecting Peccus to overextend, and he actually temporarily did, but wasn't completely punished. I mean, this should be that 2-touch kill situation. Dogura on the verge of losing his Kid Buu. If Peccus plays his cards right, and I'm pretty sure he will be. There it is. Level 1, right javelin, yes! And it's going to be one character down.
Just going to bring in Bardock with Kid Buu assist ready to go and Android 16. And now he's lost Kid Buu himself. Dogura, he himself has lost Kid Buu assist, which is a very scary part of the team that's now not there anymore. See that again, that air perfect attack combined with the Goku assist just to cover as much screen as possible. I really like it. And Dogura
keeping it regular, even because you lose the hard knockdown of the regular grab as 16, that isn't going to stop players from now delaying their wake up just as that added mix up. You know, it's not guaranteed for 16 anymore, and Dogura makes the hard read. Here it is.
Well, the good thing about that cell movement, when you get tracked down by the second hit of that light chain, it is technically like, you know, immediate worth of damage, so it scales accordingly. So it's going to do so much.
Speaking of which, you get the knockdown. He's going to be minus, so he has to accept that it's not his turn anymore. Oh, wow! Just the end of that charge connects, and it's going to be enough for the full combo. How about that? Optimizing the damage for 16, of course. Dragon Rush giving us a bit of extra damage. Level 3 for Bardock. Dogura going to have to guess for another time.
So much damage coming through, but still potentially, and there is just the raw tag from Dogura. Peccus just don't think he was ready for that, of all things. Must be a cell loop. Oh, and he finds his moment. Peccus is just looking for it.
Obviously opting to keep Bardock in the fight because we still want him to be that point of the situation. Those invincible supers, it's such a great mechanic for Bardock that you have to respect him sometimes. He could pull the trigger at any moment, and that could even be death because of it. Yes, it is.
Cost him all 3 bars, but absolutely worth it. And he still has sparking. This has been a great turnaround for Peccus. In comparison to the first game, that was pretty much all Dogura. This has been the complete polar opposite.
Opting to double back. Oh. You really don't want to challenge Kid Buu. A solo Goku comeback, I mean, it's possible.
He's got bar, he's got sparking, he's got health. This isn't impossible.
So much respect was forced. Probably expecting some sort of wake-up option from Peccus. Just opting to go in there instead of pressing the advantage. Just sitting there and waiting. Obviously nothing came though, which kind of reset things back to neutral for a bit. That's one thing Dogura and, like, you know, Goichi and the Cyclops guys in general are really good at acknowledging when it is no longer their turn, and they just respect. They are not afraid to respect frames. They're not going to challenge. They're not going to give you an opening for free.
Okay, Dogura, he's managed to take out a character without using sparking, so he still is in a very realistic situation to make this comeback. However, Peccus getting a ton of damage from this. So level 3. Level, yeah, just go straight to Bardock. Of course, Bardock has him cornered. This is actually a rough situation for Dogura to be in. He can just do raw wake-up sparking if he wants, but
I think his hand has been forced. You know, you can't even run that risk, I don't think, at this stage. Let's use the sparking, get its benefits. Force him in a situation. Peccus just gets caught by the Dragon Rush. Okay.
I mean, Bardock's dead. There's no way Bardock survives.
Level 1. Let's optimize. Save the bar. No level 3 required.
Now, Peccus. This Android 16. If Dogura gets the right opening, this could literally be a dead character if he gets like one hit. It all depends. And that's going to be a good read for Peccus. He doesn't get the wall bounce. Oh, what a read from such a long distance.
I don't think it's going to matter, is it? He's going to regen some life, but okay, he can survive. One more.
Oh, wow! Not quite in range. Peccus immediately with the sparking. Now, actually, I love the timing. The second Peccus popped his sparking, Dogura's ran out. He was definitely looking at the clock there.
Now it's Peccus' situation. Doesn't get the wall bounce, so that combo's not going to waste some time. This is still Dogura's game. He can still take this, but he has to wait out all of that sparking first. Respect. Blocked amazingly. There's the guard cancel. Oh, the chase! The chase!
And that did enough damage by itself. What a finish from Peccus.
1-1.
And that was a perfect way to really to just stop a comeback dead in its tracks. Is that kind of hard read. Because Dogura very nearly completely brought down one back. But now, after that kind of thing, momentum is 100% Peccus right now.
Just added a very rude full stop on the end of that sentence. Right, they're knocked down. This can be such a momentum-heavy game right here. And if we lose Kid Buu early, it's going to spell disaster for whoever does. All right, Dogura, he's getting comboed. You can see what the recovery is going to be. Caught by Bardock, which is, it's not going to combo, but it's going to force him grounded again. Forced to block. Wow, no time wasted on the sparking. All right, we have damage. We're going to keep it as is, take the mix-up, and get rid of Kid Buu. Of sparking well spent for level 1.
But that was one of those unconventional sparkings that you don't see too often. Because the thing is, it didn't, in the moment, it really accomplished much, but it was more that having the sparking was just in case to keep Sal alive, but also give him a couple of seconds to get the sparking benefits, which ended up being able to kill off Kid Buu.
And now it's built loads of meter, and that meter is going to be used to kill Bardock. Speaking of which, here comes the level 3.
But that's such a brave decision to make as well, right? You get one sparking per match. If you use it at a bad time, like, that's it. You might have almost thrown the game away on that alone. But in that kind of decision, the decision-making in those split seconds, you're really showing the discipline and just knowledge of the game at this point. When he's able to use sparking like that and have it work perfectly, when like 90% of players would never think about using sparking.
Well, that's going to be match point for Dogura. Just needs to take down one more character. Peccus gets clipped again. Not a good start for this one. We want Kid Buu. I love the choice. Let's go for the character that has the best and scariest rushdown. Pressure again. Clips and a full combo. This might even be it. So we can have not quite level 1. Level 1 into level 3. No, so level 1, level 1, level 1.
That's it, that's over. That is over. Dogura is going to be advancing through Peccus. He did well in game 2, but Dogura really was just able to bring it through in the end. I kind of feel like in game 1, that was very similar to game 3. But game 2, I think just didn't start off as well as it probably should have. For Dogura, of course, is able to go through. And he's going to be advancing through on the winner's side to not a huge surprise. But we do have another European match coming up that's going to be really exciting to watch, I think.
We're just starting to see all the killers come out. You know, I mean, there's no bigger killer than Aixi, who we just saw step up to the plate, and I think this is the stage of the tournament we've all been waiting for. Yeah,
I mean, top 32 is usually where things get a little bit juicy. You tend to see the matches that everyone wants to see kind of that point onwards. I think the pools were seeded really well here, personally, in my opinion. So the pools were kind of... There were room for upsets if certain players were able to step up in certain ways, but generally speaking, the better players, I think, did make it out of the pools. I think that's fair to say. Top 32 onwards is where you really start to see like the cream of the crop matches. And that's what we've been treated to so far. And this is just top 32. Obviously, we've got to go through the top 16, top 8 tomorrow as well. So there's plenty of scope for more top-level Dragon Ball fighters. Before we advance through, just in case any of you may have just tuned in, welcome. This is the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour live at VSFighting 2018, the first European stop in this World Tour, where the 2-star Dragon Ball is what being played for this weekend. And that is what people are playing for and what we will see go to someone tomorrow.
I've just been informed that this is the final top 32 game, and this is a run back, is it not?
It is. This was a run back of the grand finals from Sonic Boom a couple of weeks ago, where Shanks and Goichi were able to play, and Shanks actually did quite well. I believe their winners set, off the top of my head, I was talking to Damascus about this earlier on, it was 3-2 winners, and grand finals was obviously towards Goichi, and in grand finals was 3-1. So Shanks was able to get some games on the board, ultimately didn't win the set, but 3-2, apparently it was super close. So the question is, will it be here the same thing? Because Shanks is obviously an incredibly talented Android 18 player, and he has the right team behind him. Android 18 with a DP assist, with a beam assist. There's a lot of scope for a dangerous combination here from Shanks.
But that does mean there's also time for Goichi to essentially analyze what happened when he forced Shanks previously. I feel like if there's one player that you almost don't want to have fought before, it's probably going to be Goichi, because he's going to remember you, and all those little things that you might have hit him with when you fought for the first time, it's never going to hit him again.
Well, it has been 2 weeks also. We must not forget, 2 weeks is a long time for competitive players to really make adjustments.
Well, are those adjustments going to be enough for Shanks to actually get that run back and maybe come off on top this time? Goichi really is arguably the absolute greatest player in the world right now for Dragon Ball, and taking him out now on top 32 would be one hell of a result. Now there's staggers early on, immediate reactions, no time wasted.
Well, I always wonder if the staggers were to bait attack, because Goichi was like beyond ready for that.
There's the heavy. Get a little bit of a cross-up situation. Doesn't really matter what side of the screen we're on, because we're just going to get pressure anyway. Shanks' team very, very even on life together.
Actually, it looks like Shanks has almost like scrambled himself from one side of the screen to the other. Goichi was just following him the whole time. There's the first bar spin. It's going to be a repositioning now. He does have Android 18 assist.
Now the pressure comes out. Using the absorption just in case. Goichi getting caught by a Dragon Rush. I feel like as time is going on, Goichi is getting hit by more Dragon Rushes rather than the other way around.
Oh, and another
again! I mean, ask and you shall receive.
But that was a Dragon Rush on a read of Goichi going for the down tech. That was like next level stuff.
So Shanks scores first blood and gets the first character of the series. Could this be foreshadowing?
And it's Cell. Cell going down is a huge deal.
Here comes that adult Gohan. Shanks gets the cross up. Another pressure. Laying on another Are you serious?
I mean, it's rare enough to see Goichi get opened up by a Dragon Rush, let alone get opened up by 3 immediately.
Well, that's sending a message pretty quickly. There's the knockdown. Beam assist to cover his bases. Lets Vegeta go back in. He's going to be content taking this, though. Shanks has shown us immediately he has Gadusha. That was a interesting exchange.
Indeed, but Goichi's going to be happy with that. He's got 6 bars. Final flash comes through. What's the mix-up going to be? Goichi is one of the most seasoned Vegeta players on the planet. He's going to have some tricks. Not going to need them.
Yeah, using that Android assist. It kind of really causes Goichi to second-guess that offense, but just challenging. And the drop. That is going to be a costly drop. I can feel it. I can feel it because the drop is costing this adult Gohan.
Of course, Goichi's Vegeta being very healthy now. Significantly more healthy than he should be at the moment. And that's why you can't afford to make those mistakes. Execution errors. But he does still have Android 18, and he does still have a beam assist. Ooh.
A little bit too far away. Even though the jumping connected, no normals would have had the range, I don't think, but the low anyway.
Okay, it looks like Shanks did have a huge advantage in this game, but it was quickly and surely slipping away from him. There's going to be a level 3. He's going to be cornered as well.
All right, hard knockdown. Can Shanks guess correctly? Wake up sparking! Oh my god, that is... I mean, that's obviously what the jump back is for.
Have you ever sparking been immediately just been punched in the face really hard?
But the sparking not working and costing Shanks that character means it was also level 2. So this is not going to be 21 seconds, this is going to be 14 seconds.
And of course, Goichi, he is going to be 1,000% content just sitting and blocking until it's over.
Yeah, because let the time run out. Yeah, there it is.
The
2H,
swing.
the hammer fist. Okay, another level 3. Shanks gets knocked down again. Loads of bar, but will it be his choice to use it or not?
Oh no! That's probably me. And the sparking, 100%. This game is over. Shanks is going to be losing game 1 for sure. I don't think Luigi's going to make a mistake. And there we go, final flash. 1-0.
So what was definitely a rough start for Goichi, getting hit by 3 Dragon Rushes in a row and losing his first character very quickly. Shanks had some costly drops, and those drops, it kind of just went from bad to worse. The snowball effect happened because of those.
They were the biggest deciding factors though, combo drops. You really can't afford, if you're against a player like Luigi, you find yourself in a situation where you are in the lead, you can't afford to have those extra.
Tries to pick up, but Luigi's staying there blocking. Blocks on the other side. That would have been a block anyway, I think, there for Destructo Disc. We convert him into Vanish. Nice little catch right there. Oh, wow!
Standing low on the other side.
Dirty stuff. Dirty stuff indeed. We have 2 bars. I'm wondering if that's enough. 1 spent. Here comes the second. Just to power him up. And there we go. We get a character almost unscathed from Shanks, and we power up our adult Gohan.
Now, we were in the situation last time, though. He slipped away from Shanks. He taking some damage from the blue line.
Dragon Rush is going to get tech now. Goichi waking up.
Now, I actually think Shanks went in for the air legs as an attempt to try and bait the rush punch, but just wasn't quite able to get anything from it. In the end, he's getting hit again, and I feel like this might be a shades of last game. Shanks did have a massive advantage, but quickly the momentum is just completely stolen away from Goichi. And here we are. He has Shanks in the corner with a Bardock level 3. This is dangerous.
Can he block correctly? Blocks the lows. More left to go. The tags come through. Doesn't get a full combo, but the important thing is we're still alive. Here comes the Android 18. Opens him up again.
Okay, level 3, yeah, Shanks, he's not messing around. Do as much damage as he can, get Goichi in potentially 1 hit from death territory. The problem is Shanks doesn't have a lot of meter, so getting optimized damage might be tough here.
Okay, well, we have all of the assists.
Your assist has been completely wasted.
Really good block. Goichi's blocks, I mean, they have to be the best. They have to be the best blocks in this community right here.
Oh, he has them both.
Oh! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, he's going to be dead. That's going to be out of...
That's Gohan. Gohan's gone. Oh, he's
See you later.
gone.
See you later. And the sparking was... I mean, his hand was forced right there.
Poor Gohan. Oh, I'm worried from Goichi.
That was an amazing read. Knowing that he's so minus, maybe a Dragon Rush was the option, and if so, eat this DP, mate. Oh, no, the low again. It's gone from bad to worse for poor old Shanks.
He's going to survive this. Yes, the sparking regeneration.
I mean, I don't even think it matters whether he does or not. He's going to get a knockdown, and if he doesn't guess right, he's out of there regardless.
Wait, I think it does matter, though, because Android 18, he needs this character to survive. Oh, and she is not. And we have to remember, that is now 1 versus 2, because that happy birthday. Poor Gohan, he got more than he bargained for. He just came in and was like, don't worry, I've got your assist, and then he was out.
What could possibly go wrong?
Famous last words. Oh, the trade, and Shanks is able to come off better in it. Also, Shanks did use his sparking in the process too. He still has his.
All right, level 1. We see it spent again. Take the damage for what it is. Plenty of resources left. Can he spend it? The whip punish.
Yeah, he was able to just sneak under the Air Kamehameha.
Okay, level 1. Let's take the damage. Oh, the reflect and the confirm. This has to be death. Has to be dead. Vegeta with sparking does a huge amount of damage, and he's dead. He is out of there.
That's 3 bars. Level 1 into double level 1 if he needs it, but he probably won't. And that is gonna be it. Goichi moving forward to not a huge surprise on the winner's side, but I must be honest. It's a shame that there were a couple of those crucial drops when they were, because I generally think that Shanks could have made some magic happen if it weren't for a couple of just costly mistakes. And
I think that's going to be what it comes down to all the time in Dragon Ball. If your execution is not on point, if you don't play perfect, and you're against the likes of Goichi, or SonicFox, or KillSage, or Dogura, if you're not playing perfect, they will beat you, guaranteed. You have to play the best you've ever played. There's no 2 ways about it.
Yeah, indeed. But that was a nice display of winner's side top 32. I do believe there are games continuing off stream as well, and we'll be updating.
Just all around.
They'll be updating the brackets, I'm sure, and seeing who is still in and who's still doing well for themselves. But it does look like we're going to be continuing with some winner's side action further on in this bracket, as we do sift through now to the best of the best.
Yes, we have hit the end of top 32. That match you just saw was our final top 32 match. We're currently preparing our next matches. I mean, Zarich versus SonicFox. That's going to be an insane matchup in itself, which is up next. That being said, that's everything from the 2 of us. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to go for about a 10-minute break and set apart, well, beyond our top 32. The real matches, the facts where we're getting near top 8, and it's going to be all to play for. So see you all in a few moments' time. We've been Ketchup and Mustard. We'll be right back with some more Dragon Ball Fighters.